Welcome, STEMgineers, to STEM to Stern, the podcast where curiosity meets critical thinking. Join Chauntée and Jake as they discuss STEM topics that spark debate and exploration.
Hello, everyone. It's Chauntée, and welcome back to STEM to Stern.
And I'm Jake.
Today's question for Jake is, if you could genetically modify yourself to have one animal ability, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I was thinking about this earlier, and it was pretty tough for me to come up with an answer, but I think I found one.
There's a lot of good ones out there.
Consider the octopus.
Okay.
The majestic octopus. So it can do a lot of cool things. It can like fit itself through like little cracks because it doesn't have any bones. It's it's a cephalopod. It's an invertebrate. It can just kind of squeeze through wherever it wants to. But the really cool thing about octopuses is that they have these things called chromatophores and papillae in their skin cells, and it allows them to change color and also change the texture of their skin so they can like hide from predators via camouflage, but they also use it to communicate with other octopuses. And that would be just so cool to like be able to just like kind of morph your skin on command.
That is so neat, because immediately in my head I was thinking about chameleons, but that's way cooler. Way cooler. I mean, I loved chameleons, but I was like, oh, he had the same idea, just a way cooler approach. So when it comes to that, is it something octopus had like right away, or was it something that they developed? Do you know?
I'm going to guess on an evolutionary scale, it's something that came later down the line. But yeah, like it's cool to think about, like when animals communicate with each other, a lot of times they use like vocalizations, things like that. And animals interpret that as, oh, this means this. Just like in the way that we humans take things like spoken language and we're like, okay, these words mean this. And you do that calculation in your brain. But like an octopus kind of wears its language in a way, if you think about it. Like
that's so unique.
Like they are literally like a naked mind in a way. Because they just like they communicate just through their appearance and then the texture of their skin, and I think that's really, really cool.
That is so neat. So you would just want it to be like the way that your skin is almost, or would you want to have like I feel like if you're asking about modification, it would just be one part of it, right? So what would be that one part you would choose?
So you're asking like, would I choose to have like the special skin cells and the tentacles? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, because like the question, I guess, for me would be, since we're picking one thing, what part of that would you pick?
I think I would go without the tentacles, because like I like having hands.
Sure.
There's a lot of cool things I can do with my hands that you can't really do with tentacles.
So you just want the communication.
Yeah, I just want the special skin cells. I think that'd be pretty cool.
That's really neat. Yeah.
And like octopuses are intelligent too, so like they can like do like complex communications with other octopuses. And
the way that they communicate is so interesting to me, because I've never heard of that. But I think about how often like echolocation is used when animals communicate, and it's more from like sound. Sometimes smell, but that is so unique.
That would be another cool thing to have, like being able to use echolocation to move around. Which again, let's point out that like superheroes already live among us, because there are some people out there with blindness who use this technique where they like click their tongues. And they can like sense things around them because their hearing is like heightened,
which is so amazing.
That is amazing. Like that's like Daredevil in real life.
It is.
It totally is.
I hadn't thought about that, but that's so true. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was thinking about like when it comes to having an animal ability, I feel like most people would probably pick like flying or that kind of stuff. That's like, oh, I've never been able to do that, but you finding that unique of one is so neat. I've never heard any of that before. That's really awesome.
In a way, it's like you can like morph into your own Halloween costume whenever you want to.
Also tell people to back up, or if you don't want them close to you without saying it.
Yeah, you can like give off a certain color pattern, like,
don't
leave me alone.
I love it. Okay, so tell us, what kind of animal adaptation would you pick to have? Is there some type of thing that you think of immediately? Oh my gosh, this is cool. Jake's is super unique, so I'm sure the rest of y'all out there have some unique ones as well, and I would love to hear them.
Let us know in the comments.
See you next time.
Thanks for tuning in to STEM to Stern. We hope today's episode got you thinking. If you enjoyed the discussion, subscribe and share it with others. And be sure to check out our show notes for free resources and links that go along with today's episode. Until next time, keep questioning and keep exploring, STEM-gineers.